Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Tfunk, rocking the eye. I see you today. Rather than 25 years live by storytelling, story with a message in the story for life. These are life lessons I'm giving them. You tuning in and receiving them. I hope you use them. That's what it's for. Let's go. Right thinkers' mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Knowing yourself a little better. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. I'm on it. Your job is to learn it and use it. The question, know thyself, is for you to answer. This is how you know who you are. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. No use. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I can wake them up spiritually with knowledge of self. That's what I do. I'm a spiritual alarm clock. Let's go. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Today, right thinkers, I watched a show called Outwitting the Devil, where they had a conversation with the devil, and he laid out the game plan of how he got 98 of 100 people under his regime. We think we're following God. A lot of us following that other guy. Let's talk about it. Right thinkers, let's talk about, are you not a drifter? Excuse me. Right thinkers are not drifters. Why? I'm teaching you how to stay constant God consciousness. That's how you avoid the devil. Let's talk about it. Got a few tidbits you might could use. I use them. Drifters are weak minded people, not right thinkers. Most of us just ignorant people. Those are people you want to avoid. You can try to talk to them, it's not going to work. So you have to just avoid them. And you can't have a respectful conversation, don't waste your time. All right? Drifters are what? Unsuspected devil worshippers. Again, ignorant people not knowing what they're doing, or more so, not knowing themselves. So they follow something that they don't understand. They just go along to get along. Don't do that. I tell you, the devil, aka God's opposition, is only in our minds. That's the evil side that got to go with the good side. You got to have good and evil balance. When you got more evil going, the scale will be tipped in the wrong manner. That's when you're living wrong and doing the wrong things in life. That's how it's done. The same way God shows himself through nature and blessing us, because if we serve him and do right, he'll bless you. But that other guy who you manifested in your mind will have you doing all kind of things that you never thought you would do if you didn't know who you were. There you go. This, he has no help to be God. God is God alone. We know that. So where the other guy come from? His opposition. That's you serving yourself. I call it the ego set. If you're ego driven, that means you're all about yourself. If you're enlightened, you know about the higher self. That's the difference. Okay, let's go. Being God conscious stops drifting. What that mean? Let me break it down for you. As a right thinker, you're supposed to wake up God conscious. You're supposed to function through your day God conscious. Before you let him go to sleep, you give thanks. That's being God conscious. If you do that, you're not drifting. A drifter is somebody who don't have God on their mind 24/7. The idle mind is a devil's workshop. That means if you're not thinking about God, you're about to get bit by your own consciousness, which is you doing what you want to do. Okay? Self-serving. I teach you how to be God conscious. Because an idle mind, again, is the devil workshop. If you're not thinking about him, you may have problems. That's what I'm saying. And there's no problem thinking about him 24/7. That's not a problem for me. And for the real true followers, we are God conscious. Not us on Sunday, not just on Wednesday at prayer line, but I'm God conscious right now. I was God conscious yesterday, last week, and I'm going to be God conscious tomorrow and therefore. So once you wake up and know who you are, you don't go back to sleep, okay, so to speak, or get ignorant. I know myself, and constant thoughts of God and the divine thoughts that I have, I rule out the bad negative thoughts. You can do that if you practice thinking right on a day-to-day basis. Evil and negative bad thoughts will start to become less and less. Why? He can't get in. The devil will be persistent when he knows there's a weakness. When he see he can't get through, he will go to the next person. Trust me. You just have to know you. Your ego, watch this, will hand you over to your evil devil side, the dark side. Yeah. Star Wars. They showed you the force. Negatively, positively. You had to make a choice. It's the same thing in life, metaphorically. You are the choice maker. You're the decision maker. But guess what? Every decision you make comes with a consequence. That's either good or bad. It ain't no in betweens. Ain't no what you pick. No, it is what it is. Divine thinking, aka right thinking, keeps you from drifting. Perfect analogy. I can tell you that if you're God conscious, the devil can't get to you. He's gonna try. He's gonna try to put adversaries in your way. He's gonna try to give you adversity. But if you stay focused and you stay spiritually awoke, God conscious, it won't matter. Why? Because it'll bounce off and he had to do something else. He'll leave you alone. We just want that devil, our conscious mind, to understand it's not in control. When you put God first in all your dealings, you will do right daily. That's what it's all about. Day by day. What you did yesterday is gone. What's going to happen tomorrow ain't got here yet. Live in the present. That's God's gift to us. We are present, and you should be present in your state of mind. Next one is right thinking philosophy will keep you from drifting. That's the whole point. Drifters are easy prey for your devil side or the dark side, whatever you want to call it. If you're ego driven, you will have problems drifting. Why? Because the ego thinks about itself, not God. I teach why it's important to stay God conscious, aka prayed up daily. Why? That's the fortification. That's your armor. That's a shooter armor that you should wear all the time. I'm covered from head to toe. I wear all my stuff. When I played football, I played the quarterback position. It wasn't glamorous for me. I wore form pads and a horse collar. Why? I'm playing football. I use my equipment because I'm going to hit, I'm going to be hit, and that's what football is about. So if you prepared, you should be ready to do what it is you need to do for yourself. Understand that. When you think for yourself, aka ego tripping, God is not present. Ego is edging God out. You're on your own if you're following or led by the ego, aka you might call it the devil, whatever, but the ego don't serve the creator. It serves you. That's why it's not good. Okay? Drifters don't know they are drifters. Ignorance. When something you don't know, that's what makes you ignorant. And being ignorant to yourself, you're spiritually dead. And they cannot, let me see, drifters don't know they are drifters. Why? And I point out, you are. I point out to you, you're drifting. When you're not focused, you're not paying attention to the things you need to do, you're drifting. Up on the roof, remember the drifters? But this drifting, you don't want to be part of that group. That's what I'm saying. If you know yourself, you can't be a drifter. That's the point. Once you spend the time to learn you and know you, you cut all that nonsense out. That's the purpose of it. Drifters are not givers. They just take. They suck, can suck the life, the value out of everything they come in contact with. So you have to avoid those kind of people also. I do. I don't have them people around me. All right. Drifters are not givers. They make deals. So not to take a loss. It's always got to be something in it for them. Everything they do, like the other guy, he always want to be rewarded. God don't make deals, just promises that he live up to. If you do your part, he'll do his. Next one. Right thinking is the weapon against drifting. Yes, thinking. He will tell you, I'm thinking, man, I can't handle it. Why? Because he's constantly thinking and I can't trick him. I always said my brain was my best weapon. I sharpen it by what? Putting knowledge and informing myself with things that I need to know that I can benefit from by using them. Learning something is fine. That's cool to get into. Oh, that's fine. But if you're not using it, it's just dormant, like prayers without work. It goes nowhere. Does nothing. If I kept all this knowledge I have in myself, I'm not serving nobody but myself. I can't do that. I'd rather serve you. All right. I told my pastor when we got together, I didn't get to God by defeating. I got to God by defeating my ego, not Bible thumping and doing the things that y'all do. So I will fellowship with you on the understanding that we do serve the same God. But the way we go about it, a little different here and there, which is fine. I have no problem with that. Again, I work with those who want to worship God. What you doing between them things are not my business. Your rituals, you're fine. Knock yourself out. I don't participate in rituals personally. Self-knowledge is your best weapon against drifting. Why? Because you know you. You know you can prevent you from drifting. If you take a boat out to sea, that boat going from one place, and during the process, it's going to be all over the place. Why? It's going to, whatever, but it's going to get to some point around if you are a good navigator. If you ain't navigating your life right, you're going to end up on the rocks, like most bad navigators. All right? See, don't care. It pushes you. If you don't know what you're doing, it will suck you in. Ignorance, again, is the number one ingredient the devil uses as a weapon for his drifters. If something you don't know, you need to do one or two things. Stop and get information. Being ignorant and doing something, not good. All right. Stevie tells you, when you believe in things that you don't understand, you will suffer. Ignorance is not the way. Ignorance is being superstition. Okay, same thing. You can't defeat drifting by what? Excuse me. No, you can. Watch this. Now, here you go. You can defeat drifting by becoming a right thinker. I will give you the stuff you need to avoid drifting. Trust me. Last one, I'm about to wrap it up, and I appreciate you tuning in. Another long lesson, but I hope it's making the point. Drifters are not right thinkers. I can tell you a not right thinker by your actions. I tell all my students, if what they say don't match what they do, don't listen. Even me. If I'm saying something and I ain't doing it, you should check me. Please. Okay? I don't mind. I can also tell you are a drifter when you open your mouth. It's another lesson. Drifters will also show you who they are, what? When they show off. Because that's what they do. They show off. They like to braggadocio. Yeah, me, I. That's the ego-driven people. The king of drifters, a.k.a. the devil, loves all what? Ignorant people. Easy prey. Low-hanging fruit, as they say. You can't go wrong when they're ignorant. You got them. He already know that. Last one, I'm wrapping up. Again, I appreciate it. It's time to hit the gym. About 4:20. All right, here you go. All drifters are not right thinkers. Don't be a drifter. Be a right thinker. That's my advice. I'm sticking to it. I can help you make that happen. Stay tuned. I got you.